I actually had a colleague though bring it up to me shortly before it premiered. I work in higher education as a mental health counselor. For those who don't know, and they were like, "Oh man, there's a show on Netflix. It's a comedy with Sandra Oh, talking about higher education. We gotta watch it." Uh, and the chair premiered 2 weeks ago now, and
Yeah, it was the end of August, August 20th. It's a few weeks ago. Yeah.
yeah, been some even going on 3 weeks now, and I thought the chair was pretty good. Only 6 episodes, short mini series. I felt like the chair had a lot of pots on the stove and a lot of stuff it was trying to touch on, and never really got there with a lot of it. But I think I give it a lot of credit for trying. I guess is where I was
hmm
with it, but it left me, I think, a little dissatisfied because it did feel like a lot of things were like half baked or not fully formed in terms of story arc. What
Yeah,
about you?
yeah. It's one of those things where like 6 episodes, 3 hours. It just needed more time to pay off everything it was trying to pay off. Some things
Mhm.
still did pay off, some things less so. So yeah, it's fine. But I also didn't have really any expectations about it. I just kind of like knew like a month or so beforehand. Oh, there's a Sandro Netflix show coming out. A show Sandro made because she found something she could fit into her schedule between Killing Eve seasons. That's basically why
Hmm.
this even exists. Created
Hmm.
by Amanda P. It's like, huh, all right, sure, Sandro, TV legend, why not? And it's it's pleasant enough, but I guess 'cause I didn't have any expectations for it, like, I don't mind, and also because it was so short, um, it's okay that it's, like, only so, if it was, like, way longer and also, underwhelming, I'd be way less pleased, so it's all good.
Yeah. It's the sort of thing where, um, like you said, it's kind of like found money, where it's like, can I really be that mad that I found $5 instead of 20 type of thing?
Mhm.
But I think where it really sets up, in terms of themes, you have Jay Duplass's character as this um, professor dealing with the loss of his wife, daughter going off to college, being alone, dealing with seems like some alcohol, substance abuse issues. Um, you have Sandra Oh taking over as the first female chair of this department, and uh, a lot of the story arcs, at least as the season goes on, are about what it means to be a female professor in this field that's been dominated by males for so long, pushing back against the establishment, trying to bring in more people of color, diversity in the workplace. And we're not even touching on some of the like Duchovny type stuff, that comes about later in the season in terms of like how schools try to balance this idea of needing to intrigue students and what actually intrigues them. And keeps them coming back and being paying customers. And then there's all the stuff that goes on with was it Holland Taylor, who
Yes.
as a aging female professor, has like Title IX concerns, has some workplace environment concerns. You know, I feel like a lot of those things get touched on, brought up, um, but never fully like totally executed. Which uh, I I really applaud it, because a lot of these issues are things that you don't see represented nearly as well as they are in the show. But I just wish there was a little more, I think, like resolution or point to them. But definitely a very ambitious show in terms of theme, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the stuff with Holland Taylor, the stuff with Bob Balaban as well,
Mhm.
his older colleagues struggling to or older academics struggling to find their place in a evolving higher education landscape. More meat in the bone for sure, but because it's Holland Taylor and Bob Balaban, it's still like largely pretty good. I would have liked a lot more time with the stuff regarding, I think the most important themes, the stuff like you said about representation
Mhm.
and tokenism in
Yeah.
higher ed, you know, uh, and also because like I don't know, like J. Duplass's Bill, like I didn't find him like the most sympathetic guy. He's just kind of like a drag for most of the season because he's just beating himself up constantly and fucking up.
Yeah.
And it's like Sandra Oh's character, uh, Ji Yoon. It's like you kind of feel bad for her being dragged down a little bit. So I think just like the acting is still strong enough that like even if like thematically not everything comes together, it's still a pleasant enough watch.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely a pleasant and easy watch. It goes by pretty quick. Um, Benioff and Weiss. This is their first like executive producing, I think, for Netflix. Is that right?
Yeah, so that's right because they have the deal. I immediately just jumped to this. One of them's married to Amanda Peet. That's probably why this happened,
Oh, there
right?
we go.
I
It has
believe
to be
David Benioff's
Benioff,
married to
right?
Amanda Peet.
Yeah,
So either way, cool. Do your thing. But yeah, we
it's
like to see
Benioff.
Benioff and Weiss. Let's get to it, guys. Come on, let's
Yeah,
get working.
I know, but we really want to see them produce some like really fantastical type stuff, right? Or
Yes,
like some really grand stuff. So
something.
let's hope we get something a little bit bigger from them in the near future. But if you have time and want to check out the chair, I think it's like we said, easy watch, ambitious, and I don't think you'll leave too disappointed. I didn't find it super funny, but
No.
I think Sandra Oh has like a very specific type of like comedic performance that's a little dry and
Hmm.
um, you
Physical
know
at times.
exactly, yeah, good way to put it.